Welcome to our channel. Today we're bringing you the most dramatic episodes of the Beyond the Gate series. In the episode that aired on Monday, August 4th, a series of shocking secrets were exposed, plunging the prestigious Dupree family into tragedy, betrayal, and loss. Prepare yourself for a storm of emotions that this episode brings, because it's one of the most unforgettable moments of the entire series. The Dupree family mansion was filled with flickering candles, classical music playing amidst the lavish and proud atmosphere of the upper class. A reunion party was held to celebrate 3 generations together under one roof that seemed like it would only have laughter, toasts and glasses clinking together filled with love. However, no one could have predicted that on that very night, all the lies that had been hidden for so long would suddenly be mercilessly exposed, causing the entire prestigious family to fall into chaos without a way out. The first person to start the chain of tragedies was June, the woman who had lived in silence for many years, carrying a torment that no one understood. While the sound of glasses clinked in celebration, and the eyes of the family members sparkling with pride turned towards the leader, Bill, June suddenly stood up, her eyes red but determined. Without warning, without a word of introduction, she coldly threw a cruel truth into the center of the banquet table. Samantha and Tyrell were not Bill's biological children, but the result of a secret affair between her and Martin, the man who had been declared dead in a mysterious accident many years ago. The initial murmurs quickly turned to utter shock as the seriousness of the statement was realized. The room, which had been filled with laughter, suddenly became deathly silent. Bill's face was pale, devoid of any expression, while Samantha and Tyrell sat motionless as if petrified. The wine glasses were still in their hands, but no one thought of sipping. The shockwave caused by June's confession not only destroyed the image of a model family, but also ignited a series of other secrets that were waiting to explode like time bombs. Before the shockwave could subside, Tomas, a distant cousin and one of the family's former despised members, suddenly appeared like a tornado. In his hands were a file and a recording device. And Tomas's eyes at that moment did not contain anger but only determination to expose the true face of the person the family had long praised as a symbol of purity, Haley. Tomas announced to everyone present that it was Haley who stabbed him in the stomach to silence him when he accidentally discovered the truth that she was not pregnant as she had claimed. At that moment, Haley's face turned pale, her hands shaking, unable to hide her fear. Every word was undeniable evidence of the perfect plot she had built to secure her position in the family, taking advantage of Bill's trust and mercy to manipulate everything step by step. No one spoke. The eyes that were directed at Haley were no longer filled with love, but with utter anger. Those who had once defended and sympathized with her suddenly turned away in silence, as if a part of their trust had collapsed. But the tragedy did not stop there. Before the atmosphere in the mansion could stabilize, a sound of broken glasses rang out, causing everyone to turn around in shock. Regina, Tyrell's wife, was lying on the floor, her hand still holding a glass of red wine, now scattered all over the white tiles. Tyrell immediately rushed over, hugging his wife in his arms, his face full of panic and fear. However, it was all too late. Regina was no longer responsive, her eyes wide open in pain before she passed out completely. Doctors were called urgently, but the signs of poisoning were too obvious. One of them nodded silently as he examined the wine glass and whispered what everyone had already suspected: Regina had been poisoned. The mansion had ceased to be a family gathering and had become a scene of murder, betrayal, and deadly secrets. Every member of the Dupree family was now a suspect, each with a motive and reason to eliminate the other in order to hide the terrible secrets that loomed over them like ghosts from the past. Tyrell sat motionless beside his wife's cold body, his face no longer calm but filled with anguish and suspicion. Who had a hand in Regina's death? Was it someone who wanted to silence her because he knew too much? Or was it an act of revenge for some sin she herself had committed? In the chaos, curses and calculating looks began to appear clearly among the members. Samantha now stood alone, not knowing who to believe, when the mother she trusted the most just confessed a secret that was enough to turn the entire route of her life upside down. Bill, the man who seemed to always be invincible, was now just a broken body without will, sitting absent-mindedly among the ashes of the family he had built. Meanwhile, Haley tried to find a way to escape the house but was stopped by the guards. Her face was distorted in despair, knowing that she had entered a path of no return. Tomas stood silently by the window, his eyes looking out into the cold night like someone who had just completed his mission but also knew that the tragedy had only just begun. Outside, the wind blew through the trees, like a warning of the coming storm. The Dupree family was no longer a symbol of power and fame, but now just a broken picture with pieces of blood and tears. When the cruelest truth was exposed without anyone being able to stop it. If you think the tragedy is over, think again. Everything has only just begun. What happened on that fateful night not only destroyed the relationships between the members but also lit a smoldering fire of revenge. Who will pay the price? Who will continue to overthrow the next secrets? Who is secretly manipulating everything in the dark? Keep following our channel to update the next shocking developments of Beyond the Gates. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any episodes, because what's about to happen is darker and more brutal than you can imagine.